Trim tabs. It's spring in Alaska, and the days are long again. It's a funny mix of hope, new beginnings, and the sins of winter. Dog treasures buried under the deep encrusted snow. This winter I focused on building some habits, or trim tabs, to help me stay calm and happy with fewer internal gyrations. Specifically, trim tabs around eating, walking, money, and meditation. I'd like for these parts of my life to flow more easily and use up less mental energy. Trim tabs are a concept I learned from aviation. Here's an example. When Wes taxis out on our driveway, lines up on the ice road/runway, and takes off, the little red plane and Wes use a ton of fuel, energy, focus, and control to lift off the ground and into the air. But once we're up at cruising altitude, he sets the trim, a tiny strip of metal that acts as a miniature rudder in the air. He's not required to trim the plane, but if he doesn't, he'll use his full focus and energy to keep the plane level and pointed in the right direction. The result is a bumpier ride for me, leaves him exhausted and cranky. If he trims the plane stays on course by itself, and then we can turn on the music and revel at the glaciers. If it's no effort, why wouldn't you trim out the plane, right? A better result with less effort? 2, please. The same thing applies to our lives. Once we figure out what we want, we can set up conditions to make meeting our goal inevitable. The trick is to use the basic principle of trim. Trim is small. Tiny adjustments applied over a long course of time. Boring. My instincts are wired for the big push of takeoff, heroic efforts, all systems go, let's launch, simplicity, hacks, not so much the mundane daily systems that make my life sustainable. I try not to go all cave girl on myself for my lack of talent in the consistency department. Instead, I focus on building habits so I don't work so hard to keep things from going off the rails all the time. Habits are the trim tabs or automation of life. But building a trim tab style habit takes patience, but it's worth it. It needs to be a change small enough to become permanent. A small tweak in thought or behavior applied consistently over time to create a result with little or no effort. Did I mention it takes patience? Here's an example. I had to laugh at myself with this new walking goal. I'd set a daily minimum of half a mile, about 1,500 steps. I was doing okay, ticking off at least a few blue little calendar dots a week. But 2 weeks ago, I got a wild hair and decided I should increase my daily minimum. So I upped it to 5 miles a day, about 12,000 steps. What? 1,000,000% increase? Yeah, it backfired. I did good for 2 days, and then I did nothing. It was worse than having no goal at all. Why? The jump was too big for my mind. My body can handle the physical increase in walking, but my brain couldn't make the leap. I tried to keep it in perspective. I chuckled and just course corrected. I decided to be lazy and use the plan that's working with my daily meditation. The goal is try to do something, even 30 seconds, as long as it happens every day. It's uber lazy, and it works. In fact, I hit another 150-day streak yesterday. What's even more surprising is that my daily average of meditation is 27 minutes a day, far more than my 30-second minimum. That's super consistent for me, especially with 2 businesses, Iditarod, travel, family, and living off the road system. But the big win is that I feel calmer even though I have more going on in my life than ever before. So the new walking goal is try to do anything, even 50 steps a day, as long as it happens every single day. I'll check in to see if I need to increase it in a year, but no earlier. Is this the bodybuilding fitness plan of the century? I doubt it. But will it build a habit of walking every day without all the dramatic flailing? Yes. And over the next 80 years, this small tweak will pay off big time with my health, happiness, and overall satisfaction in my life. Where in your life do you make progress in fits and starts, but wish you could get consistent traction? Where do you need to install a trim tab? Email me. I'd love to know where you are. Till next time.